Hey there, Donna here. I wanted to say a few words about this product because I started using this product last Thursday and that's the last time you heard anything from me about it. This is DenSureFit, and I put an accent on the sure. I'm not sure if that's correct according to the company or not, but for me, the sure is the SureFit part is the key here. This is a replacement for your dental adhesives, your powders, your pastes, your strips, your cushion pads, whatever you want to call them. It's for use in between fittings / relines / adjustments from your dentist or prosthodontist. I've been using it since last Thursday. Now today is Sunday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days. Normally, after an adjustment to my dentures from my dentist's office, I've got 5 days and then they start falling out of my face again. And mind you, I'm using adhesives, but I mean 5 days until they get really bad. I put this DenSureFit on my dentures, my upper and my lower, on Thursday, and I've not really had a problem. I say I've not really had a problem because I've got some air bubble movement going on right in front of my gums on my top, but I don't think that has anything to do with the DenSureFit. I think that it has everything to do with the fact that there's a gap between my upper, the front wall of my upper and my gums. It's about that big because my gums have shrank. They were really swollen at first and I had an infection on this side. So this side especially, like if I smile, you see how you can see more of these teeth than these teeth? It's because there's a much bigger gap up here and it pushes my cheek out. So I look like I have lopsided cheeks right now. See how that one looks so much bigger? It's because there's a lot more bulk right here. But so that's basically the only issue that I've had. I used an adhesive yesterday because I was going to try to eat a food that I haven't tried to eat yet when I went to shoot pool with my grown child and her boyfriend and my husband, and I didn't want to have the embarrassment of taking out my dentures in the bathroom to rinse out my mouth and stuff like that, which would be fine if I was at home, but at the pool hall, not so much. Like, I was eating bar food, so yeah, I didn't want to mess with it. So I just put some adhesive in to keep the food out. And normally the DenSureFit does a good job of keeping the food out anyway. But I mean, I was going to be eating fried food, something I hadn't eaten. And I didn't know if trying to bite it would cause my dentures to pop out or to do anything like that. And it didn't. I had one little piece of breading off of the fish from my fish and chips get up underneath the back edge of this one. But it was because I was stupid and didn't leave any air room in my mouth. The first bite that I took and I started chewing, I had pulled as much. I went right back to how I was eating and chewing before I had dentures. Like with the dentures, you gotta make sure you got some air in your mouth so that the suction from your chewing isn't pulling your dentures around inside of your mouth. But I didn't do that, so this one kind of came up a little bit as I tried to move food from one side of my mouth to the other, and I got a piece of hard, deep fried breading stuck underneath of this side, and that was uncomfortable, so I had to go to the bathroom and take care of that. But I got no food up underneath the top, and like I say, I've got the DenSureFit on the upper and lower. So I'm going to take these out, and I don't know how well you can see because it is a pink silicone that's mostly clear. You can see I've got it mostly up the wall on this side. It's right here, and I know that looks a little rough, but the inside of my palate right here is a little rough, and that fits inside of it just perfect. Every ridge, nook, cranny, whatever, there's an impression of it all right here. So I get really great suction right there, which is good because that is the sweet spot. This and then this part right here, that is the suction spot where you want to make sure this is what holds your denture in the first place. So you make sure that when you're using adhesive or anything, you make sure that you have this spot right here on your denture covered with the glue, right? So same way with the DenSureFit, whenever you put it in the denture, you want to make sure that you have some on the spot, because this is what holds your teeth in. Now, see over here, the DenSureFit doesn't quite come up the wall because this wall doesn't touch my gums. There's that space, like I said, it's like this. So it's like this between the wall and where my gums are. So it didn't quite climb up the wall on this side. But see, it goes all the way up on the front, which is good. It gives me a good seal. Okay. Mostly up this side, there's a little bit of a gap here. Again, on this side, it's not as bad as pronounced as it is over here. And then I've got it all along the back edge of my denture so that I've got that good seal for suction. Now on the lower, it's a little different. Make sure I'm not like showing you a slobbery denture. On the lower, it's a little different. On the lower, I applied it around the edges of the lower first, and then I filled it in the trough and put it down in my mouth and let it set up. So there's no spot on the denture where you can notice where there's not any DenSureFit because it's on the whole thing. And if you look, one side of my denture is a little more built up than the other side. Do you see the difference there? It's because I had already had those back teeth extracted on this side, and then over here I had root tips on the bottom and on the top where I've never had those extracted before. So I still have extraction site back here from having root tips removed. So this side is a little bit thinner than this side is. But where the DenSureFit is concerned, I don't know if you can, I want to try and hold that up against, you see the little bits of flashing right here, the little spots where it's not completely smooth because the DenSureFit has come up over the edge of the denture and is kind of hanging out in little spots right here. That's fine. It's not uncomfortable, and it helps to maintain a seal. And let me tell you, my bottom denture doesn't move. Like when I speak, I don't have to concentrate so hard on keeping my tongue pressed right here so that my denture doesn't move. But when I eat, I do still have to kind of spread my tongue out so that it applies pressure right here so that they don't hop up. And they're not going to try to hop up, or at least they don't try to hop up as badly with the DenSureFit in as they do with it out. Now, if I don't have DenSureFit in this denture, it wiggles and moves a good 1/4 of an inch. Like, that's how badly these are too big for my mouth right now. The whole trough is like a 1/4 of an inch too big for my dentures. If my gums went all the way around in a circle, I could turn this sucker around in the circle all the way around because that's how ill-fitting it is. But if I put it in with the DenSureFit, see, I got basically the wiggle you're seeing is me jerking my head back and forth. See, it doesn't even think about coming up. And this, I got a little bit of wiggle because, like I say, I've got some space in my denture up in the top. But it's not bad. And I've got good suction. So, as far as using this as a replacement for your adhesives, if you have a good bit of time in between your dental reline appointments or your denture adjustment appointments, I actually would highly recommend the DenSureFit for you because it's awesome. And my biggest thing is I'm not eating adhesive all day, every day. The powder adhesive erodes rather quickly, where I find something like this secure denture adhesive, it doesn't erode as quickly and it doesn't taste the same way that other adhesives taste, but I can still notice it, especially in the top when it does start to break down in the top from being exposed to, you know, the little bit of saliva that gets around the edges. it still oozes out the front, out the top, and it still makes that film on my teeth, and it still leaves that film in my mouth, and it's still gross. And the DenSureFit is not gross. It doesn't taste like anything. It's comfortable. There's a cushion of silicone between my gums that are still healing. See? See? They're still healing. There's a cushion of silicone between my open wound sites and my hard acrylic denture. And especially when chewing food, I can chew ice cubes with the DenSureFit in my mouth because there's that cushion there, and I can crunch down on the ice cube and it doesn't hurt those open wounds. It's been well worth it. And mind you, all that I've got of the DenSureFit right now, because I reached out to the company and asked them for a sample so that I could review it for you guys. And they were kind enough to send me a sample. They sent me a kit. So this is the starter kit that you would normally get. It came with 2 tubes of DenSureFit. Actually, there was a 3rd tube in there. So I was able to put it on my upper and my lower. There's primer, there's 2 cotton swabs, and there's an instruction booklet. And they were kind enough to send this to me. But honestly, for the $49.95 that you pay for this kit, and you get 3 months of wear out of this, at least, like, it's recommended that you reapply or do a snug up application, which is where if your dentures come loose, and for me, I have immediates, so it'll happen. My gums will change again, and the DenSureFit that I have in here right now won't quite be enough. I'll put some extra on there according to the snug up instructions in the kit that came with the, and it'll stick to itself, so I won't have to use primer again. So I'll just use a little bit more DenSureFit and put it back in, reform it to the inside of my mouth, and poof, I'll be done. Like, so for 3 months worth of wear for my $50, I will continue to use this, as opposed to spending, what is it, $5, $6, $8 a tube for the other adhesives that I normally get. In the long run, I want to say that the DenSureFit will save me money. So for the bang for my buck, for me, I think that the DenSureFit is the better value. It's certainly the more comfortable option, and it's the one that feels the least wasteful to me. So I just wanted to give y'all an update on where I was with my DenSureFit. Like I said, I hadn't said anything since I first applied it. So that, for me, that's my recommendation. What do you think? Do you currently use something like DenSureFit? Have you had dental relines? What is it that you use, and what do you think is the best bang for your buck? I would love to hear what my other options are, because I've used quite a few of the options, and so far, this is the best one. Thank you as always for watching, commenting. I love to read and respond to your comments. Like, I keep getting more and more comments on my older videos, and I have to go back and read them and respond, and that's been so much fun. Thank you guys for doing that. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. I'm also going to put a link in the description to a Facebook group that I'm a member of. That's a kind of a support and peer group for you and other denture wearers, or people that are considering starting the denture journey, or people who are already on it, people who are getting ready to get their extractions done, whatever. I'll put a link to that group in the description. The people in that group are so helpful, so nice, and so understanding and judgment-free, that if you need somebody to talk to about this kind of stuff, that's pretty much where you want to be, is this group that I'm going to link for you guys. But again, thanks so much for being here. I will see you next time. And until then, keep being awesome.